Welcome back to the Healthy with Heartland podcast. We got another episode for you this week. I am your host, Justin Freishtat, from a remote location, my office basement today. And with you, as always, your favorite creative directors and co-hosts, Simon and Shannon. How we doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having us.
Another healthy day at Heartland.
That's it. So before we get into the episode, this is our 1-year anniversary episode. So we're going to do some reminiscing. Got some great topics for you today. Before we dive into all that, let's get to some announcements.
Awesome. Welcome back, Heartland family. As you know, if you are a Heartland customer and family member, you can take advantage of our Reorder Special this month. So you can restock from home without the hassle. For the month of September, you can get True North's salmon burgers added to your reorder absolutely free. So we're super excited about those. Really delicious and a great way to switch it up for dinner time. If you've been on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen our Heartland Foodie group. We love hearing about what's for dinner. We love seeing your amazing food photos and posts. If you've been to that page, or if you haven't, make sure to invite yourself. We are doing a giveaway for our 5K group. When we reach 5,000 members, we're going to give away $5,000 worth of Heartland Farm Source products. So make sure you tag those 5 friends in your post and you let us know that you've invited your 5 so we can continue growing the group. With that, I think we can get into today's podcast.
Let's do it. I also want to mention that, we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and we got hundreds of downloads there. So if you are listening later on, we do appreciate that. But if you did not know, we are available on all those podcast platforms. So definitely make sure you check us out there. And then I know we want to talk about essentially on the 52nd episode, it being basically one per week per year. Yep. It's pretty awesome. Yes. I know we want to talk about getting your free orders.
Yes.
Because that seems to be something that's been going well and people have been having fun. I guess the first thing you mentioned is the pop-ups.
Yeah. So if you are not familiar, or even if you are, we have been very, very involved with community events and with our Heartland family members. So we've been hosting events, at their homes or in their community centers, in the neighborhood, HOA events, things like that. So we basically come, we'll supply some awesome samples, some of our burgers, T-Bone, our mascot, sometimes he even shows up, and it's pretty simple how it works. So you book your pop-up event. What Simon's going to do is he's going to post the link below. So if you're interested in scheduling your pop-up, you can go ahead and do so. What we'll do is we'll reach out to you and we'll get you scheduled for whatever date, is most convenient for you. So There's lots of fun things going on there.
Huge shout out to Kat. She kind of sets the whole thing. And if you haven't been to a Kat party, make sure you come out to either one of these pop-ups or one of the events that we have going on because they're phenomenal.
All right. Yes, she's got awesome stuff going on, like games, fun. There's things like hot chocolate. And it's just a really great way to get involved with your community, invite your friends and family to try Heartland, as well as get a chance to earn your free order by getting referrals.
Yep.
Because we also give away sample packs, right?
That's right.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So if you have anybody that's maybe not ready for an appointment or whatever, but they want to just try some food, have a pop-up, they can stop by, just pick up a sample pack and try the food.
Yep.
Definitely.
Get to try some of our tasty burgers there, or if not, you have a treat to take home with you and kind of try that out. It's just a great way to get families involved. I mean, we started doing it during COVID. And
it was a really awesome way to get outside and, host something that's family friendly and fun for the entire neighborhood. So especially if you've mentioned it, or, if people in your neighborhood have seen the Heartland truck and they kind of know, that you get your food from Heartland, it's an awesome way to just introduce your community. It's a, totally free way to earn those referrals towards your free order. So that's a really awesome opportunity. What you can do is you can select specific dates or times that will work for you. We are filling up fast for the fall, so make sure that you click that link that Simon posted and get your date scheduled so that we can have that on the calendar. Like I said, we can't wait to come out and see you there.
Definitely.
And transitioning from that, there's, tons of ways that,
you can earn your free
people
order.
can earn their free order. You mentioned the pop-ups. Justin mentioned like a sample pack. We also have the Heartland Portal.
Right.
Which is really awesome too.
Yep. It's a great way to kind of check your referrals, how those kind of things are going.
Yeah. You visit portal.heartlandfoods.com. If you're not already registered, just go ahead and register there. It's super, super simple. You just do a password and a username. Once you get registered, you can start right away referring your friends, whether it's most convenient to use their phone number or their email. We'll basically send out a personalized message on your behalf. That will let them know a little bit about Heartland and include your referral link as well. So we'll definitely reach out, get them scheduled. And if they join the Heartland family, then you'll receive credit for that as well. So the portal is a really awesome tool.
Yep.
It's great as well because you can actually check back at the status of the referrals that you've submitted. So you can see if they've joined or if you've earned a referral credit. It's just a really awesome tool that we would love for you to take advantage of. And if you have any questions about how to navigate the portal or getting signed up, you can feel free to email us at marketing@heartlandfoods.com, and we'd love to help you out with that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So there's a couple other ways as well. I mean, Simon, if you want to mention the next way, there's a virtual way, which I think we haven't brought up yet.
Yes. So we actually can do a Facebook party where we take care of everything done for you. And we are also able to do it in person, or we can do it live. Justin, I know you had some experience doing the live Facebook party. You want to just kind of explain how it works and the success behind it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun thing. So basically, you can have some people come to your house. We can stream it live on Facebook at the same time. So if people want to join the party remotely, they can do that too, or they can come in person. I mean, we can do it either way. We can do it all virtual. And then there's all kinds of giveaways and events in the Facebook group leading up to when the party actually happens. So yeah, it's a great fun thing to do. And we've done it a few times and it's worked out really well.
Yeah, definitely. And like Justin mentioned, if you're not familiar with it, it's just like having a party at your home, except for it's all online. So there's tons of ways on how we can customize it specifically for you and your friends and family that you'd like to invite. It's really fun because we implement, part of your personality. Your family has some photos about you and what you love most about Heartland Foods. And then you get a chance to, along with the wellness consultant and the other things that we have in there, like our webinar and some awesome recipes and some great food photos. You can participate right alongside your representative and your wellness consultant to answer questions and to get your friends and family scheduled for their own personalized introduction as well. So it's a super awesome opportunity. And again, it costs you nothing. It's super, super simple. And again, we're going to do it all for you and with you. So nothing to worry about in terms of getting it set up.
That's the biggest thing I feel like is we're going to do everything for you. We're going to set the whole thing up. All you really need to do is invite people to this Facebook party. And if they show up, throughout the week, or they show up on a certain day, a certain time, they're going to be able to kind of, view all the content and the value that's going to be in there. And then should they enjoy or like to experience, Heartland Foods in person, we definitely want to share it with them. So
yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
And what's great about, I'm sure if you guys have tuned into the podcast or if you watch a lot of the foodie group videos that Justin puts out, we love to give a lot of information and value along with, of course, the tasting. Tasting the difference is super important, but the wellness consultants are extremely, extremely knowledgeable on all things health and wellness, and they can pretty much answer any of your questions. So it's a really great opportunity. And again, if you're interested in doing something like that in person, we have done a lot of home parties where we can actually cook up some of the samples in the comfort of your home. You can invite, your neighbors or your friends and family, those people who were, previously interested in Heartland, or you mentioned it to them and maybe the timing wasn't right. It's a really awesome opportunity to have them over and you're kind of there. And it's just a really great experience. So just a lot of things to consider. Again, we can help you out with setting up any of the things that we previously mentioned. If you'd like to schedule a pop-up, click that link and get that in as soon as possible. And if you have any questions, you can always call us at 800-492-5592, or you can email marketing support at marketing@heartlandfoods.com. So we would love to help you earn your free order.
Definitely.
I think we can all agree to that.
Yes, absolutely. And that's not the only ways they can do that. If there are different sporting events, I know that, sports are back in.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of schools back in. So a lot of these sporting events at these at high schools or things like that, or regular elementary schools, Pop Warner, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We would love to host an event. We'd love to come out, cook a couple burgers, introduce the families, and the athletic teams to a cleaner, safer, healthier food, and you know what I mean? It works well. If you're living that type of lifestyle, it goes right along with it. So
yeah, it's so great. Like we said, we love to get out in the community and we love to share Heartland Foods. If you have a school event or a sporting event in the future that you'd like us to sponsor or to come be a part of, do samples and give more information about Heartland Foods, we would love to be a part of that. So definitely let us know if we can help out in that area as well.
Yep. I think one of the great things that, we talk about from getting your free order is actually, that people really enjoy, of course, receiving that free order. It's awesome. I mean, it's Christmas on delivery day either way, but when you get that free order, it's a pretty awesome feeling. Definitely. But then on top of that, since we go out and, we record some of these families, like the one thing that we're always hearing a lot of is the fact that they're actually enjoying, of course, they enjoy the free order, but they enjoy more so introducing the families to the cleaner, safer, healthier food. So it feels good as well to bring people along and kind of introduce them to this healthier, cleaner, safer product so you can stand behind it. It's something that, is going to help other people out. So you're helping yourself, help other people as well.
Oh, share the health, share the wealth.
Right?
I think that's where that came from. But yeah. Definitely.
Keep in mind, it's all free. We don't charge anything for this. There's no pressure. We don't try to make people sign up. It's just we want to create awareness and just educate people that this is an option that's available. You don't have to be part of the commercial supply chain if you don't want to. So we're willing to invest the time, the effort, the money to throw these parties. It's completely flexible. It doesn't have to be a party at your house. It can literally be anything. If you're having a banquet, something about, maybe you don't run it, but you could connect us with someone who does, you'll still get credit for every single referral that comes out of that event. Exactly. And there's plenty of families that are doing this, getting free orders on a loop. I mean, years of not paying for the second highest expense in your household. So really consider it. It costs nothing, and you're only going to help people who want to be helped.
Exactly. Yeah.
Drop the bomb on that.
I think that's what you guys were both kind of alluding to is you it's such a blessing to get the free order, but then to be helping people at the same time. Yeah. We're just really happy to be a part of it. So again, let us know how we can help you earn your free order.
Yep. Definitely.
All right. So I think we'll switch it up now. We have a little bit of fun. Simon's going to pull up an article that we found, just kind of, going back through the podcast. Now we've been doing this about a year now. So it happened about a year ago. Amidst kind of when COVID was happening. Right.
So amidst the pandemic, we kind of, started the podcast, and I think it's pretty huge because as we go along, through the pandemic and now coming out of the pandemic, I think the trend was a lot of people were cooking at home because you couldn't go anywhere. So a lot more people were cooking at home and taking to cooking at home. And so we have an article here that lists the top 10 most Googled recipes while people were self-quarantining. So the first one is a banana bread recipe.
Banana bread.
Ooh.
Yes. Dangerous stuff.
Number 1, banana bread. Okay.
Can you make a banana bread? Mm-hmm. Have you done that before?
Yeah.
I know you have because I've tried it.
You've had it before. Yeah, as long as you have
I just pick it up on the side of the highway in Hawaii.
Oh, exactly. Yep.
It's super popular. Actually, yeah. Did it say Hawaiian banana bread?
It just says banana bread recipe.
I think that was another article I looked up. It said Hawaiian banana bread was a top Google
Lily koi butter on top.
Ooh, you're speaking my language.
Sounds delicious.
Yes. Yeah, banana bread recipes. That was the number 1 thing that people were searching for that they were cooking at home. So I guess baking took a big, you know what I mean? Like a big, I know you watched the greatest, I can't even say it 5 times, greatest British baking champ.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. The next one, number 2, was a pancake recipe. So people were looking up how to make pancakes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of think like, a pancake, I guess if you're just getting into cooking, it's one of those things that it's kind of hard to mess up, essentially. You know what I mean? Like partially. So that's probably chicken recipes. That was number 3, though.
Chicken. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So recipes with chicken. I guess your chicken and broccoli, all kinds of different things you can do with chicken. What's your favorite thing to do with chicken, Shannon?
I don't think I have a favorite. I just like the chicken cutlets.
Oh, the chicken cutlets? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. What about you, Justin? You do any like chicken Alfredo? What's your go-to dish?
No, I mean, I've really been getting away from chicken breast. For the longest time, it was grill up 6 to 8 of them, and that'll be my lunches and meals for 3 days or so,
Right.
Now I just enjoy for meal prep ground chicken. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's chicken breast ground. There's nothing else in it. So it's the same macros. It's just, I just think it's a better eating experience especially when you're eating cold food.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that
I've been
makes sense.
using a lot of ground chicken for the meal preps.
Nice.
Cool.
It's so versatile, I feel like. Ground products in general. The next one was number 4 was the pizza dough recipe.
So people were making pizza at home from
Yes.
scratch. A lot of these things sound like, well, no, not really. I guess so far they're half like breakfast and half savory. So I guess it's kind of 50-50. I was assuming that a lot of these were going to be like sweets. Like I thought number 1 would be like chocolate chip cookies or something. I don't know.
Well, number 1 was banana bread, but
It's kind of close.
yeah.
What was the next one?
But and then pizza dough. So pizza, you only need really 5 ingredients, right? For pizza, you need salt, sugar, flour, yeast, and water.
Oh, wow. That was good. I
Right?
thought you were going to mess that up.
No, I made a couple pizzas in my day.
Nice.
But you can switch out the flour for, things like cauliflower flour or rice flour.
Gluten-free flours.
Gluten-free flour. Yeah, if you'd like to. If not, just go with the regular flour. But then number 5, you were talking about sweets. It's the brownie recipe. So a lot of people were making
so
brownies
chocolate
at
chip
home.
cookies were out and brownies were in.
Yeah.
Got it.
If you make homemade brownies, put your what's that
Recipe?
recipe? Yes, in the comments. We'd love to know. I don't even know how to say this. A recette crepe,
Oh, crepes.
which means crepe recipe in
That's
French.
just another word for a crepe.
Yeah, but yeah, crepes. I guess a lot of people were making crepes at home.
It's kind of like a pancake, so
Kind of similar.
I think pancake is an easier version of a crepe.
Yeah. Number 7 was meatloaf. Yes.
Meatloaf's a good one.
I love meatloaf.
That's one of those comfort foods, so I could see how that was a popular choice.
Right. And meatloaf, I always love, like, Justin, how you use the ground. If you can combine the different ground meats, you know, a little veal, pork, beef kind of meatloaf.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's so good.
Or like you said, you
Make
can even maybe do
any
it with,
blend of anything.
Right.
with ground chicken, ground turkey, whatever you want.
Yes.
That's what I'm eating today. It's a combination of, well, I basically always cook 3 pounds for the meal prep. So I got a pound of ground turkey, pound of ground chicken, pound of ground beef, all cooked together. Mix that in with rice, and those are my bowls for the week. Taco bowls.
Oh,
Sounds good.
that sounds wonderful.
Yep.
Easy, convenient, healthy. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, I can cook enough food for 4 days in less than 30 minutes. It's just a perfect meal prep.
Right.
See.
Next one.
Hold on, and real quick, I think
go
you've
on.
already told us, Justin, but how many pounds do you do at one time?
3.
3 pounds. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I got the 13-inch grill pan.
Mm-hmm.
Put all 3 pounds in there together. Just mix it all up. Cook it. Just dump the taco
Nice.
seasoning in.
Mm.
Get the basmati rice going, and 30 minutes. It's all done, ready to go. You just portion it out, and now you got 8-10 meals ready to go.
That sounds delicious.
Definitely.
I think I might have to do that.
Yeah, I've been putting a lot more protein in lately, so I'm really only getting 6 meals because I'm doing half a pound of meat in each pre-made meal. So
Got it. Makes sense.
And do you feel fuller for longer as you're adding more? You feel like?
I do, because I'm really not eating too much in terms of vegetables, but the rice and the meat is so filling.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any hunger cravings or any issues. I mean, that's to actually eat your metabolic rate and calories and just really healthy food is actually pretty tough to do every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes it's more than you think.
It is.
It's a lot.
Well, I mean, Whole
Mhm.
Foods, you know what I mean? Like, essentially, like, it fills you up more so than, eating something that's probably, like, low calorie, but it's, like, something processed. It's going to not really fill you up as much as it would. It's, like, wholesome food, so.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
feel
Yeah,
like
just think about, like 1 can of Coke, like just soda,
yeah.
is the same thing as like a whole cup of rice.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
same amount of carbs. So like literally I've got 2 pre-made meals, and all the carbs in both those meals together equal 1 can of soda. So like that's half the food I'm going to eat in a day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all the calories I need. I'm totally satiated. Or you could screw that up with 1 soda, So
Yeah.
Wow.
decisions matter.
Yeah. And the soda, and especially liquid calories, is one of those things where you can go off the deep end pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Just taking like a sugary drink or juice or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
once you realize it and you look back, if you're looking at tracking your macros, you can realize, like, your sugar and your carbs, you've already blown them for the day, and you only had something to drink, and you know what I mean? You haven't even eaten anything. So
Yeah. That can happen. Sometimes even too, like, or you think you're having something healthy like a juice, but then you realize that it had more carbs or more calories than if you would have just had like some eggs or like, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
or like instead of like the orange juice,
sugar,
you just have the orange.
The sugar content along with, the calories is one thing, but then how much sugar, you're consuming. Like a Coke, obviously it's going to be really, really high in sugar. So that's a lot different than the slow release of the sugar if you were eating like a cup of rice.
Fructose,
just two different things.
Right. I mean, you bring up a great point with that, right? It's not just the liquid calories, but it's also the liquid like fat calories that come from oils,
Yep.
It's like if I add like what seems like a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil, any of it, I mean, it's the same amount of fat as probably all the fat I'm going to get out of that healthy meat prep for the whole day. So skip the oil, skip the liquid calories, and eat healthy whole foods. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's very hard to overeat when that's all you eat.
Yeah. Right. That's so true. That's great advice.
Yep. And I think the biggest issue people have is with that whole convenience is actually trying to get to that point of cooking, but you've already given them that solution where you can do versatile things with ground meat and ground beef by just prepping it and, eating it cold, like you said. And I think we talked about it on the last podcast. It's really just because you probably don't have time to heat it up or, like access to whatever you would need to heat it up. Or do you want to kind of talk about why you are eating it cold?
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, you would want to have a fresh off the pan, fresh off the grill, nice meal every time, but it's just not realistic for most people's lifestyles. So you really have two choices, right? You're ending up eating quick, bad meals, or you're going to make your food and it won't be an ideal experience. But when I put enough taco seasoning in it, which has, again, no calories, it's just salt and spices, that on cold meat and rice. By the way, when rice is cooled, it has a different glycemic effect. It's better for you and less consequential when you eat it after it's been cooled. So yeah, I'm eating it cold. It's not perfectly ideal, but nothing worthwhile is. So that if that's the one sacrifice I make, well, tough,
Right.
So if you're one of these people that, well, no, I don't like cold this or that. Well, guess what? No one does. So you got a decision to make. Do you have time to cook all your meals and eat them? If you do, great. If not, that's what you're going to have to do, or you're going to end up making poor choices. So at the end of the day, you got to pick and choose. It's like you can't have all three. Like the whole, like, do you want it good, cheap, or fast? Like pick two out of the three because you can't have it. You just can't have it all. It's the same thing when it comes to your food.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so true.
And then Justin, you want to speak on a little bit of like how much food are you wasting doing this, like cooking and preparing your food this way?
0.
Right. See?
And it's funny. Sometimes when I batch cook a bunch of meals and then, maybe I don't eat it all in time because I either didn't calculate or maybe there's an event or for whatever reason, I throw it in the freezer. So I'm not going to lose anything. If my meal prep doesn't get eaten, it goes in the freezer and then I thaw it back out when it's time to, eat healthy meals again, because no one's perfect. We're all going to go out sometimes. Weekend, it happens. But as long as literally you do what you're supposed to do and eat regularly Monday through Friday, it's pretty inconsequential to your long-term health if you go crazy on the weekend. It's the 80-20 rule. You just have to do the right things most of the time, and that's a lifestyle that's sustainable, and you can stay healthy and still enjoy the things that are bad for you in excess.
Yep. Yeah. And what's also important about that 80-20 rule is the fact that when you're depriving yourself of certain foods or things like that, and you're calling them bad, your relationship with food is already messed up. If you're telling yourself that it's a negative thing not to eat something, it's almost worse for you to do that than to enjoy it a little bit and get rid of that sort of craving and then go back to how you're eating, as opposed to like trying to stay away from it and then binge eating it later on, like totally falling off track and going all the way back, where it's like, if you enjoy something, like you said, on the weekend and then go back to eating the regular way, that's what I think it's really about, is getting back to that consistent point. Right. So that's that 80-20 rule is so important, because it also messes with your mental.
Yeah. Yeah, we've touched on that before too, that if you classify food as bad or under a certain umbrella term, that it can really lead you down a rabbit hole. And we kind of talked with Elise about this last week, that, you can be in a really kind of bad position mentally in terms of your relationship with food. And that's coming from, telling yourself that you can't have this or that. So just going about, if you are trying to make a lifestyle change, if you even are, going about it the right way, and doing it incrementally and, doing it while also having self-care, about yourself. Those are huge things as well. So whether you're trying to make a shift or not, the things that, we're kind of discussing now are things that I think everyone can benefit from.
Yep.
And I think you have to define what your goals are and be realistic about where you are and where you're trying to go. If you're not in a healthy place, you're probably gonna have to be tighter than what I'm describing. But once you've done the hard work and been extremely disciplined and you get to a healthy place, you don't have to do that every day.
Right.
You just have to do it most of the time.
Yep. Yeah. It's true.
So true.
But getting shredded beneath 10% body fat, there's no room for cheating if that's what your goal is. Like, that's going to be 60, 90 days of perfectly regimented food, or it's just not going to happen, but that's also not a very healthy place to be either, most of the time. So for me, it's 11 to 13% body fat. That's where I feel the best, and I'm still pretty lean, and I can eat perfectly during the week, make bad decisions on the weekend, or whatever you want to call it. And it's just a way to maintain healthy lifestyle. So that's what you got to do.
Yep. No, that's great advice.
Yeah. And each person is different. Obviously everyone has bio-individuality. So it's just finding what, works best for you.
Yep. Finding that line. So we finished with number 7, the meatloaf. I guess this one is a little bit different. Number 8 is a French toast recipe.
Okay, French toast. So we're back to breakfast again. You got pancakes and French toast.
Yes. Number 9 is a lasagna recipe.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Another comfort food, similar to meatloaf. Not surprised.
And then to finish out the top 10, number 10 is a cheesecake recipe.
Oh, cheesecake. See, I find that interesting because typically, like in the baking segment or the baking world, whatever you categorize it.
Are you baking cheesecake?
Well, it's kind of like it's hard. Like it's not one of the easiest things. It's not just like making a cake because it's something with like you got to have a spring form pan. Some people are doing it in what's called a bain-marie or bain-marie, where it's like they're like baking it, but it's almost surrounded by water to help like heat it up more evenly. Like there's like so many crazy things. But I know that cheesecake is one of those. It's very hard to get it perfectly right, and some recipes implement like gelatin, which like if you use too much, it can be like like too jello-y, and if you don't use enough, it could almost like be runny and falling apart. So I know that it's very intricate to get like a really good cheesecake. So cool that people were practicing it. Yeah. They're better off than I. I'll leave that for them.
I just thought of something. I'm pretty sure, but gelatin is technically a protein. I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure that that's used as a filler in products. So if you look at protein, a lot of times in supplements, it'll say it has X grams of protein. A lot of times it's really not that much protein. There's fillers that are considered proteins, like gelatin's one of them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I just went to Senor Google's, and he says that basically it's derived from collagen. Is gelatin. So I think that's what you're speaking on, Justin, is the fact that it is like a protein, like collagen and those kind of things come from proteins.
Yeah, there's a lot of tricky stuff in the labeling. So a lot of these proteins are really watered down. Yeah.
Interesting. Yep. Okay, so that was all top 10.
Those were the top 10.
Googled recipes. Okay, cool.
So while you were quarantined, did you guys make any of these while you were quarantined?
Can't say that I did.
Not even the meatloaf?
Maybe I made meatloaf.
No. I don't think I've never baked anything before. Never.
Nice. Yeah, half of them were
just baking. I don't have the dessert issues.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess that's not true. I love the Quest cookies.
Okay.
And they're basically protein cookies. So I have like in the evenings when I get a craving, like you want that dessert, I'll just go eat a Quest cookie, and it's literally just like having a little protein shake on top of your dinner, but it tastes somewhat like a chocolate chip cookie,
Yeah.
Is that your flavor of choice for the Quest ones? The chocolate chip?
Yeah, I like the chocolate chip cookies, and I love chips, like the crunch of chips, but they're like one of the worst things. Like I'd be huge if I ate the amount of chips that are Quest chips that I eat. They're literally just like protein chips. Yeah. If I ate them in regular chips, I'd probably be 30 to 50 pounds heavier.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know they made chips. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get it. I go through at least two bags, like the personal bags a day of the Quest chips. Like in the evenings, like when the hunger comes or the craving, like you can make a good choice that feels like the bad stuff. I love it.
That's a good idea.
That's interesting. I like that. You can make a good choice that feels like the bad stuff.
There it is.
All right, cool. Well, that was interesting, and I think that was fun to kind of go through. How I want to end is I just want to do a couple trivia questions. We're going to do some family feud style food questions, and I'm going to have you and Simon answer them, and we'll see who the lucky winner is.
Oh gosh, I'm really bad at these. Just like forewarning, I've known.
Are we just gonna like?
So it's family feud style. So I'm gonna read the question, and then you each will have your chance to answer, and then whichever answer is ranked highest, because they have them ranked from 5 to number 1. 5 getting the most points, 1 getting the least amount of points. So that's how I'll rank it. I'll ask you 6 questions.
You're gonna ask us individually to answer.
Yes.
You'll call
like
us.
Wait.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Hold on, let me get a little.
I need my music.
Yeah. Make sure Simon turns off that Google.
Yeah. No cheating. Okay. So question is, what do you do if you're eating at a friend's house and you don't like the food? Justin, I'll let you answer first.
Chew it and spit it out in the trash can.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, and Simon, what is your answer?
What do you do? What was the question again? Sorry.
The answer is, what do you do if you're eating food at a friend's house and you don't like the food? So I guess you're eating it, all of a sudden you taste it, and it's not good. What do you do?
I say I'm full.
You say you're full. Okay, you say you're not hungry.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. I hope I didn't tell them before.
I DoorDash a different meal.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I'm not going to tell you the winner to the end. Next question.
All right.
Name something a goldfish might complain about. Justin, you answer first.
Man. The water's dirty.
Oh, that's a good one. Dang it.
Okay, that was good. Simon, for you? Something a goldfish might complain about.
Space of their tank. There's not enough space. They're stuck. They're not free.
A small bowl, is that what you said?
Yeah, small bowl. Yeah. Is that one of them?
Okay. Next question. All right. So, name something. What's this? Name something at your company holiday party that could lead you to embarrass yourself. Simon, I'll let you answer this one first. This is kind of a random one.
Dancing. If I dance, I probably will embarrass myself, but I'll do it anyway.
Dancing. Okay. And
Yeah.
Justin?
Cocktails.
Open bar.
Good choice.
Okay. All right. So this one's going to be pretty easy. You guys are going to have a hard time with this one.
Okay.
Okay. Name a food that is made from corn. Justin, go.
Ketchup.
Okay.
Why did I go
Cornbread.
such a weird one?
Cornbread? Is that what you said?
Doritos. Change
Yeah.
it to Doritos.
Yes, that's true.
Chips? Okay. Okay. All right. We have one more. I got to find a good one. Ooh, this is a good one. This one's funny. Okay. Name a food that can be molded into any shape. Justin, go.
Mashed potatoes.
Okay. And then Simon?
Jello.
Jello.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to be honest. This is a very close
Really?
race.
I thought he took it away by now.
Well, you got the last one. Okay, I got to tally the points really
thank
quick.
you for telling me.
Got to tally the points. Here.
I only got one. I got the last one.
All right. Cut the music. We have a winner.
Ooh.
Here we go.
All right, so Justin won the first question with 28 points, chewing your food, then spitting it out. Justin won the second question with the bowl being dirty. That was 40 points. Small bowl was on there. It was only 10 points. Our apologies. Open bar for how you can get yourself in trouble at your holiday party. That's 45 points for Justin. Dancing would be 22 points for Simon. Things made out of corn chips. That was 20 points for Justin. And cornbread. That was 26 for Simon.
Ooh, squeak that one.
And then the last one, food that can be molded into something else. Jello was 50 points and mashed potatoes was 5 points. So Justin, you still took it away. You still were the winner.
Yeah.
But it was pretty even. That was super fun. Thank you guys for participating.
We'll call it a tie.
Yeah, very nice.
There we go. Call it a tie. Well, that was super fun. We will be back at it again next week. Maybe we won't be playing Family Feud trivia, but we'll see how it goes. And with that, Justin, you can go ahead and send us off.
Awesome. So that concludes 1 year of the Healthy with Heartland podcast. Super excited for the next year, and we'll be back next week on Thursday. As always, stay healthy with Heartland.